Hey everyone, welcome back to Keto by Volume. As we start to get into June, the weather's warming up. Last week we had a lemonade. You know what else I think of when I think of June and the, moving into summer and the warmth? Milkshakes. Boozy milkshakes. Like, that's where my brain goes. And of course, ice cream and all that good stuff. And this is going to combine all of those things. Ice cream and booze, and it's a milkshake. It's probably one of my, not necessarily my more favorite frozen drink, but it's definitely up there. But it is Liam's favorite frozen drink. So let's get into it. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a frozen mudslide. The mudslide gained in popularity in the US in the 1980s, but this drink can be traced back to the 1950s to a bartender that goes by Old Judd. This drink was conceived in the Grand Cayman Islands and to this day is still the cocktail of the island. This drink takes a little prep ahead of time and a lot of ingredients. For our ingredients, we'll need 1 ounce of sugar-free coffee syrup or some sweetened cold brew. We'll need 1 ounce of sugar-free Irish cream, 2 ounces of vodka, half a cup of vanilla ice cream. I'm using Killer Whey for this one, but you can use Rebel Creamery or Halo Top. We'll have 1 cup of cubed ice, not pictured here. Since this drink is fancier, we've got some homemade whipped cream, some chocolate sauce, some melted chocolate, and some shaved chocolate. I like Lily's for this since it's already keto friendly. When it comes to tools, this drink is significantly easier. We have a hurricane glass, a straw, a bar spoon, and a blender. So the first step is to rim our glass. So we're going to take our frosty hurricane glass and we're going to dip it in some melted chocolate. We're just going to turn that around a little bit. Like that. We have this nice chocolate rim. Now here's the cool part. We're going to dip it in those chocolate shavings. There we go. And now we have some chocolate shavings on our rim. Now we can set these aside for a little while. And we're going to put all of our ingredients that we need into our blender. So, the first thing that we need to do is get this glass out of the way, and then we can pour in our vodka. So we'll start there. And I only had 1 ounce in that jigger, so I'll need to put another ounce in here real quick. There we go. So we've got 2 ounces of vodka. And then we're going to use our jigger again to put 1 ounce of coffee syrup. And this is sugar-free. In our blender. And then 1 ounce of Irish cream in our blender. And had I been smart, I would have just opened these ahead of time. And we're going to get 1 ounce of that in there. And right now it doesn't look very appetizing, but trust me, it will. All right, now let's get our ice cream in here. So we're gonna put a half a cup of ice cream. So now that we have the ice cream in here, we're going to add a cup of ice. Now we can get ready to blend. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our cup and we're apparently gonna just put chocolate wherever we want to. No, we're gonna drizzle it on the inside of the cup. So we're gonna put a little bit around the rim here. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pour in our mixture, being careful of the rim. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and finish garnishing here. So we're going to take that homemade whipped cream that we have, which looks so wonderful and fluffy. We're going to go ahead and put it on the top here. And then if you're feeling really fancy, we can take the remainder of those chocolate shavings and just kind of put them on top. There we go. Put in our straw, and there we have it, our Frozen Mudslide. Now this drink is a little heavier on the carb, but it's worth it for a dessert drink, right? The way I've made this Mudslide yields 527 calories, 39 grams of fat, 6 net carbs, and 3 grams of protein. If you skip the whipped cream, you can knock off 2 grams of carbs, but you'll also lose 24 grams of fat. So your call on how much the Garnish means to you. And as always, we have our resident Normie, Liam, to come taste our drink. Hi, Liam.
Hi.
So I don't even need to tell you what this is.
It's a mudslide.
Yeah, it is.
I've been drinking those since I was legal to drink.
Yeah. And I guess I don't need to ask you if you've tried the sugary version of this.
That would be a dumb question.
That would be a very dumb question. Well, I won't hold you too long. I know that you're probably staring at this longingly. So go ahead and take a taste.
I'm all over that.
So what do you think?
That is definitely a mudslide.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's actually really good. And the strange thing about it is there's so many different ways to make a mudslide. This one has vodka.
Yes.
The ones that I have drank before in some places actually don't use vodka, or they use a small amount of vodka, but they use Kahlua.
Yeah, they don't use vodka at all to make a mudslide usually.
Yeah.
But we can't use Kahlua. Kahlua is loaded with sugar.
Yeah, of course. But I've tasted them when they are just Kahlua and ice cream. Are awesome. I've tasted with Kahlua and a little bit of vodka before. They're awesome, and this one ranks right up there with it. Mm-hmm. And it has a lot because it does taste like that milkshake that has that little taste of vodka behind it. Mm-hmm. And it's not bad at all.
Yeah, the only drawback of doing this in the keto version is obviously we can't use Kahlua, and we can't use Irish cream, like actual alcoholic Irish cream, which are 2 main components of a mudslide.
Right.
But vodka doesn't really have a taste per se. It's odorless, colorless. It ends up being a really good option if you want to use a alcohol without getting the taste, but you do get the heavy proof taste. Mm-hmm. Whereas with Kahlua or an Irish cream, it's a much lower proof. Mm-hmm. So you don't taste the bite as much. So this mudslide, it bites back a bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. It's as dangerous as a mudslide.
Yeah. Any mudslide is dangerous just because it's like drinking a milkshake. And
I meant an actual mudslide.
Well, same
thing. It's dangerous like a mudslide. Oh, yeah. It bites back. Yeah. I made it funny.
Yes, you did.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we looking at?
Oh, we're probably up in the 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the official seal of approval 10?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, we got a 9, 10 last time, which was really, really close, but this is our first official 10.
Yeah.
So, granted,
it's very much similar to the Kahlua versions, as far as in that it has that same creamy milkshake taste behind it. You have all the ingredients to it with the chocolate and everything else on there, so it tastes really, really good. And of course, I'm a sucker for anything that is sweet, and especially milkshakes. So
yeah. And it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I
it
mean,
really
I'm usually a bigger fan of like functional Garnish, and this Garnish isn't really, except for the whipped cream, isn't really functional. But I think it adds like that certain
Yes, to me,
pizzazz.
Chocolate. How can you go wrong with chocolate?
Yeah, but you're not going to eat it off the side of the glass.
Really?
Okay, I take it back. Maybe you will eat the chocolate off the side of the glass. I mean, I don't judge. So, if you were stuck in a house.
Too many.
Too many. I don't even need to finish.
Way too many.
Too many.
This is one of those things where you make it by the pitcher full in the blender. And then you just put it in the fridge and you reload your glass as you need.
I think you'd put it in the freezer. In the fridge, it might get kind of soupy.
Not really you're
No,
expecting it to last longer than I think I would expect it to last.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because like I said, it's like a milkshake, and I can drink milkshakes until I'm sick. So
Now, it is a little heavier on the carb side, but to be fair, this whole glass, which is really actually a lot of drink,
yeah,
is that 6 net carbs, which compared to a actual mudslide, like, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So this is definitely like that after dinner dessert kind of drink, because it's about as heavy as a dessert.
some people have a hot fudge sundae. We have a mudslide.
You have a mudslide, right? So I know it's a silly question, but where could you see yourself drinking this?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, even in the winter.
Yep.
Just is that your bias
It's
towards mudslides, or is that legitimately, like, objectively, you could drink this anywhere?
little column A, little column B. Honestly, if you've ever thought about dishing yourself a bowl of ice cream, there's no difference. You're making a milkshake.
It is basic. It's mostly ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, we've only got 2 ounces of a syrup or two different syrups in there, and then 2 ounces of vodka, and then ice.
Yep.
Which is just water, realistically.
True.
So I mean, it's 90% ice cream. So, well, very cool. I'm glad that you like this. I'm glad that this is our first actual 10, not our kind of 10. So
Nope.
that makes me super excited.
Nailed it.
Do you want one more drink before you go?
Yes.
Is that a dumb question?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Liam. I really appreciate you testing out a drink for us and showing the viewers out there that you can almost kind of sort of fool your normie friends with this drink.
This would be a good one. You're going to get real good buy-in on it. So, and it was my pleasure on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us on Keto by Volume. As always, like, subscribe, share our videos, click the little bell icon on YouTube to get notified, and follow us on Facebook. And guys, I know the world is crazy right now, so stay safe out there. And as always, drink responsibly, drink rude.